American Dream TV, we're going to explore Colorado's most iconic animal, the bighorn sheep. And what a better place to do that than right here at Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs. This is why Colorado Springs is consistently ranked top city to live in the United States. We got all this nature, parks, and wildlife right in our backyard. So I found the bighorn sheep right behind me. We'll explore their history and how they got to Colorado Springs and some fun facts. Many people don't know this, but the bighorn sheep is actually the official Colorado state animal. Every winter, the bighorn sheep migrate down from higher elevations down to Garden of the Gods for easy access of food. They'll stay down here for approximately 3 months and then head back up in the spring into the higher mountains. These iconic creatures are not only a symbol of Colorado's rugged landscape, but also a vital part of our mountain ecosystem. Found primarily in the Rocky Mountains, the sheep thrive in steep, rugged terrain. They're incredibly agile and can jump steep cliffs to avoid predators. With the red rock backdrops right behind me, it provides for a very picturesque setting with the bighorn sheep right here in Garden of the Gods. From their breathtaking horns to their ability to conquer Colorado's rugged landscape, bighorn sheep are a true wonder of natural world. The sheep have called Colorado home for thousands of years. These rugged animals are perfectly adaptive to thrive in the rocky cliffs and steep terrain. It absolutely blows my mind how they can race up these rock formations with ease. So I'm here with Jennifer. She's one of the park guides at Garden of the Gods Visitor Center. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
It's a beautiful day.
I'm so excited to talk to you because I love the bighorn sheep that are here.
Right. Everyone does. They're a very popular attraction that we have here at the park.
Yes. And can you tell me, like, how did they end up here? Were they always here?
No, it's a great story, actually. So the legend has it that in the 1940s, they were relocating Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep to the Pikes Peak area, to Pikes Peak. And famously, they were driving on Highway 24. The trailer and truck broke down.
Oh my God.
In the 1940s, there was not AAA, there was not gas stations on every corner in Manitou Springs. And so the biologist that was on board with them angled the trailer toward the mountain, released the animals because it was going to take days for the repair.
Yeah.
Angled it toward the mountain and said, go home. And the sheep said, great mountain, let's go over here. And so that's how we got our resident herd, the Rampart Range herd, and they come down into Garden of the Gods, Glen area, and then just north of us is Queens Canyon. So
wow.
That's where they live now.
I had no idea they walked this much.
They do. They get their steps in.
And they usually come down in the winter time to Garden of the Gods?
You know, it depends. They're wild animals, so we can never predict. We get
Yeah.
that question a lot, like what time can we see the sheep? When do we feed the sheep? They're wild animals. We don't control them. And Garden of the Gods wonderfully does not have any fences or any barriers to that. We're a wildlife corridor. We're an urban interface for our wildlife. And so If you're going to maybe see them, it's going to be late fall, kind of this time around spring. Maybe, but they'll come down in June just to, presumes too much, just to make me a liar. They will do that.
And how many sheep are in this herd approximately?
So it's one of the healthiest herds in Colorado, and as such, Colorado Parks and Wildlife really monitor this herd, and they keep it right around about 130-ish animals, give or take. And when the herd gets, it's a healthy herd, so when that number increases significantly, then they will relocate those animals. And more, we've improved since the 1940s, so it's not just going to be pointing them at a location and saying, go home.
I noticed the ear tags on some of them. So do they tag some of the wildlife and
I believe so. I'm not directly involved with that, but yes, they monitor the herd and usually the older animals.
So if you here to view the bighorn sheep, there's some very specific locations that you can see them. Right when you come into the entrance, this backdrop right here, I'm typically seeing them right here. The bighorn sheep are most active first thing in the morning and in the evening when it's cooler outside. Bring a good pair of binoculars or zoom lens, that way you can take some wonderful pictures. The sheep are often perched high up on the cliffs, so spotting them from a distance is often best. So try to keep noise to a minimum and give them plenty of space. The bighorn sheep are wild animals, and we want to observe them without disturbing their natural behavior. So Jennifer, tell us some safety things that we should be aware of when visiting the parks.
Thank you for that opportunity, because the sheep will go where they want to go in the park, and they're following the food or they're following the safety. Literally, a good rule of thumb is the rule of thumb, and that's you put your thumb out, and if you can get the animal behind it, you are at a safe distance. You're not crowding it, you're not going to stress the sheep. If the sheep are on the move, you don't want to get closer for an action picture by any means. A lot of time our sheep, some of the good grazing spots for them are going to be next to our roadways. Please don't stop on our roads. We call it a ram jam, and it's a huge nuisance. You can slow down, you can roll down the window, get your picture, but then we want you to park in our designated parking, of course, and either make your way back to the sheep, safe distance, or you want to keep that bike lane, keep our roads moving and clear. But dogs can really upset the sheep. Children, if I know you love your kids, don't have them pose with the sheep. They're wild animals, and they're very powerful male wild animals. They will make a bad decision for their own safety and defense.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
The bighorn sheep are known for their massive curling horns, which can take up to 10 years to form.
These horns are made of keratin, which is the same material as our fingernails, which provides strength and dominance. You might see bighorn sheep engaging in head-to-head battles, especially during the mating season. These clashes can generate forces of over 800 pounds, yet thanks to their thick skulls, these animals don't get hurt.
Did you know that bighorn sheep can jump over 20 feet in a single leap? Their muscular legs and cloven hooves give them extraordinary grip and balance, perfect for navigating this rugged terrain. The male bighorn sheep are called rams, and you can see them with their big horns wrapping over their ears and up to their cheeks. The females are called ewes, and they are known for their shorter, smaller horns. The sheep have excellent peripheral vision due to their large eyes positioned on the side of their heads, allowing them to detect predators from far away.
In the spring, lambs are born up on high ledges protected from predators such as coyotes, wolves, and cougars. The lambs are vulnerable to golden eagles, which target lambs. Mothers nurse the young for 4 to 6 months. You'll often see the sheep chewing while laying down, and that's because they are regurgitating and chewing their cud. Cud is partially digested food that they swallow whole while grazing, allowing them to further break down the plant material and extract nutrients.
The bighorn sheep can run with speeds up to 30 miles per hour, and they also live up to 15 years. Bighorn sheep are gregarious animals forming herds of over 100. Small groups of 8 to 10 are more common. Mature males usually live apart from the females and young during most of the year. Seeing the bighorn sheep right here in Garden of the Gods with this geological wonder has been a wonderful experience.